Hello, receiving students, ATs, and teachers. Thank you. Take your seats. Stephanie Vanua, I'd like you to tell us what do the lines of longitude and latitude tell you or tell us when we are looking at maps or a globe. Receiving student, teacher, you can choose a student to give the answer.
Location of a place.
Very good, location of a place. And where do the longitude lines go through or pass through? From what direction to what direction? Class? North to south. Longitude, north to south, or sometimes they are called north-south lines. What about latitude lines, class? East to west or west to east, right? And when you are taking the reading for latitude, remember, always put a degree sign and the direction either north or south, whereas longitude, the direction should be either east or west of the prime meridian, or sometimes prime meridian can be referred to as Greenwich meridian. Now, in our last lesson, we looked at coordinates. What are coordinates? If you can quickly turn to your exercise books or quickly find a definition of coordinates. Can someone give us the definition of coordinates? Daniel. From what you have written in our last lesson, please read out what are coordinates.
Pair of numbers that define the position of points and a plane. When reading maps, position are always located by using pair of coordinates.
Good, thank you, Daniel, for that answer. When we are looking at coordinates, we are looking at pairs of numbers, either on a plane or on a map or a globe. Now, I'd like you to pay attention. Coordinates, coordinate reading, always put the line of latitude before the line of longitude. Do not put the longitude reading before the latitude. Always put longitude before always put latitude before the longitude reading. Now, we are still on the same strand and substrand. Our outcome is still the same. Our lesson topic for today is locating towns of PNG. Now, before we go on to the actual activity, let me go through a correction that I'd like to make. In our previous lesson, we looked at the location of Leman Manu. We were trying to identify the latitude and the longitude lines or the readings. And correction here, all eyes up here, this is where Leman Koa is. The latitude reading is 5.1 degrees south, okay? And the reading for the longitude is 154.7 degrees east. In our last lesson, I said 155.6 degrees east. A correction there, it is 154.7 degrees east. Good. Now, before we go on to our actual activity, do you want me to tell a joke to you? Yes. Okay, receiving students, sit up straight, model class. I will begin with a joke, and then we will move on to the actual lesson for today. Right? I know many of you have come across this joke. You heard it from some people. It came a time when an Australian man and a Papua New Guinea man, they decided to sit together to have lunch or dinner one time, let's say lunch. And while they were eating, the PNG peasant told the Australian guy, "How many seasons do you have in your country?" And the Australian peasant replied and said, "Oh, we have 4 seasons." And he named the 4 seasons: winter, summer, autumn, and spring. And he went on describing the types of seasons they have in Australia. Then, after doing that, he told a Papua New Guinean guy, he asked him the same question, how many seasons do you have in PNG? And the PNG guy replied and said, we also have 4 seasons. And he said, we have Kolta, Santa, Winter, and Rainta. Okay? But in actual fact, how many seasons do we have? Only 2, which is wet and dry seasons. Okay, so in today's lesson, we are not going to look at anything to do with seasons, but we will be looking at the towns in PNG, locating towns in PNG. All right, let's move on to what we have to do today. Class, let's read the instruction together. Everyone together. All right, so in today's activity, we are going to do exercises that will take us back to our previous lessons. Right, let's do one as an example. You are going to open your atlases to what page, class? Let's see if you can please open to page 53. All right, page 53 will show you the island of New Guinea. Sorry, 52 and 53 will show you the island of New Guinea. But we will be concentrating on Papua New Guinea, which is on page 53. Okay, so today's activity will come from page 53. Receiving students, if you have your atlases with you, please turn to page 53. And all the questions will be taken from this page. We are going to recap again on what we have learned in our lessons, in our previous lessons. Now let's do number 1 as an example. We have coordinates 7 degrees south and 157 degrees east. Tell me which place has the following approximate or estimated coordinate. Anyone's got the answer for us, please? 7 degrees south. You will be looking at the line of latitude, and 157 degrees east, which is the line of longitude. Thank you, Christine.
Buin.
Class, do you agree? All right, let's have a look and see if her answer is correct. We said 7 degrees south. If you have a look at your map, you will find that 7 degrees south, this is 6. We have 6. And what's the next number after 6, where the pointer is pointing to? 8. Is that right? 8 degrees south? Yes. So we are looking at 6 and 8. Where do you think 7 would be? In between or in the middle of 6 degrees and 8 degrees south. And what is the longitude reading? The longitude reading is 157. Where is 157? We have 156 here. It's not showing clearly here, but you can refer to your map to see it. 154 and 156. All right. Do you think we are at the right reading of the longitude? Okay, our reading should be 156 degrees east. Okay, correction there, sorry. Should be 156 degrees east. So the correct place there is Buin. All right, do you know what to do for the rest of the exercises? 2 to 5? All right, let's move on to exercise B. 1 as an example again, receiving students, model class. Let's have Mark to quickly read to us the instruction. The next instruction, we'll have someone from the back to read. Thank you, Mark.
Refer to the map of PNG page 53. Give the grid reference of the following places on the map.
Okay, another word for grid reference. What do you think? Grid reference. Sorry, I didn't introduce to you this word in our last lesson. Do you think I'm referring to grid reference as coordinates? Yes. All right, so grid reference simply means coordinates. So find the coordinates of the following places. Now, quickly look at your map again and find the coordinates of Port Moresby. All right, who is ready? The marker is here. You will come up and write the answer for us. Okay, anyone's got the answer? Philippa? Try. Okay, Philippa's answer is 9.2 degrees south and 147 degrees east. What do you others think? Right, Philippa wants to give us in decimal numbers, but you are told to give it, your answer should be in whole numbers, approximately. Okay, but it's not bad answer. You're still correct in that. Should we say the answer should be 9 degrees south and 147 degrees east? Okay. Some of you may say 10 degrees south. Did you say 10 degrees south? Yes. Okay. 10 degrees south. Okay, you will find that it's between 10, after 8 and 10, the middle number in there is 9. So the answer should be around 9 degrees south and 147 degrees east. All right, one boy from the back, please, to read exercise C, the instruction for exercise C. Thank you. Our friend next to Daniel. Silas?
Refer to the map of PNG, page 53. Write the coordinates, latitude, longitude, longitude for the following places on the map.
All right, so what's in bracket is just a reminder when you are finding coordinates, always put latitude first before longitude. Okay, I know it's going to be simple for you, so we won't do one as an example. We'll move on to letter D. Class, let's read letter D instruction together, starting from here. Together? All right, again, more activity on coordinates. Right, I'd like you now to start. Please work fast. You will be given around 10 minutes to complete the 4 activities. Receiving students, if you have your student workbook, you will turn to page 71 and 72, page 27 and 28. Refer to that to do your exercise. Good. What about Arawa? Yes. Where is your book? Okay, where are we on? What number? Here. 2 degrees south. So we're looking at latitude. 2 degrees south. Yes. And 147. 47. Yeah. Okay. Good. You're all working together. Yes. Okay. Okay, what number are you at? 4. 3 degrees Celsius. So that's 2, 3. Okay. 152 degrees east. 152 degrees east. 52. So it's closer to. What's that? Okay.
Hata-san said 40 minutes stop. However, Bill should say not more than 40 minutes. So you should stop
30 minutes.
35 to 40 between. Okay. So 6 to 11 past. 6 to 11. Between 6 to 11.
Stop.
Yeah. You understand? Because 31 past 11 will begin.
No.
You understand?
I start at
31.
31. Yeah.
Therefore, 6 to 11.
Okay, what number are we on now? Exercise, this is A, B, C. Right, few more minutes before I stop you. So we're not looking at this part here, Papa looking at this. Hey, what happened? What happened? Right, let me see how many of you are now on activity exercise B. Right, good. All right, let's all sit up straight. We have a lot to do today in today's lesson. Therefore, you will be taking some of those exercises back to do for homework. And in our next lesson, we are going to go through the correction. So receiving students and model class, today's activity, part of it not completed, you will do that for homework. Now I'd like someone in class to tell us what we have gone through in today's lesson. Anyone? Benjamin, what was your activity on? Thank you, Benjamin. In 1 or 2 sentences. All right, Christine, help him. Thank you.
We learned about finding different grid references for different provinces in Papua New Guinea.
Very good. Okay. You were doing exercises to get yourself familiar with locating places in PNG using the longitude and the latitude reading. Our keyword for today, class? Location. Good. Location. Our next lesson will be on patterns. Receiving teachers will be on a new strand and substrand, so as a new outcome. We will be using materials like balance for each group, a simple balance that you can make for each group, broomsticks to bring for the next lesson, and blank papers. With that, thank you class for participating.